Okay. Let's be honest. I could give you a lot more, but I think 5 is very modest. And okay, so first of all, he's rich. Rich people like to live longer. Secondly, he's powerful. Powerful people have a body that looks just like them, ready to be swapped if they need to fake their own death. Hashtag Jim Carrey. Reason number three, everything around his death was very sus. Okay? First of all, they removed a bunch of inmates a couple days before he killed himself. Okay? One of them specifically was an inmate who he had been talking to who said, Jeffrey Epstein, I'm watching you. I'm going to make sure you don't kill yourself because I'm worried about you. I don't know who fucking says that, but he said that. Then they removed the guy a couple days later, right? They also hired new staff, and that new staff that particular night told the prison guards not to do the routine checks that night. Okay? The cameras happened to go off the exact 10 minutes that he did it. Coincidence. They also tried to hide that. Coincidence. The security guards fell asleep at that exact time. Coincidence. Okay? Then Jeffrey Epstein hung himself with his bed sheets. This is a billionaire who's never made his bed a day in his life. Suddenly knows how to fold bed sheets in the exact same way to fit around your neck. Okay? There are photos, or there were photos, of the body they found in his cell. If you look at the nose, it's not the same as Jeffrey Epstein's nose, okay? If you knows, you knows, okay? It looks like a different person, okay? Hashtag Jim Carrey. And then here's something that a lot of people don't know. Right after Jeffrey Epstein was unalived, okay, the prison staff constructed a coffin using boxes from the prison. They constructed a coffin to put it in a vehicle so that they could send that vehicle to the hospital with no body inside so that the media would follow that vehicle. Meanwhile, they sent the real body off in a mysterious black car to God knows where, okay? Yeah, which is not a fucking normal thing you do when somebody dies. I don't know if you know. You're not like, hey, can we Uber Black the body? And we have no idea where in Israel they sent it to, but they sent it somewhere. And then they sent these empty boxes to the fucking hospital, so the media. So that's fucking weird, okay? You don't do these things under normal circumstances, okay? Not to mention when all the files came out, they tried to redact a bunch of this shit. Like, why'd you need to hide the fact that the security guard fell asleep that fucking day? Like, just tell us what happened if it happened, but it seems like it didn't happen, you know? Okay, so that's reason number 3. Reason number 4, Fortnite.
Yeah!
Fortnite, yeah, good old classic killing game, okay? Jeffrey Epstein loved playing Fortnite. I mean, really, a lot of Jeffrey Epstein's personality can be explained with the fact that he got kicked off of Xbox Live. All right, if you know people who played Xbox Live, back in the day and engaged in typical Xbox Live, like yelling racial slurs at each other, they're still on, but Jeffrey Epstein was kicked off, which tells you everything you need to know about this fucking guy. So apparently he loved Fortnite because he couldn't get kicked off of that. And he played Fortnite so much that in the Epstein files, you can see his Fortnite email and login, okay? And somebody noticed that somebody logged into his Fortnite account in December of 2019. Jeffrey Epstein was unalive in August 2019. I'm not sure if you're familiar with how time works, but December comes after August. I know you're like, it's Hawaii, we don't have seasons. Fine. It still comes later. So somebody logged in to Jeffrey Epstein's Fortnite account 4 months after he died, okay? And the login came from a city, I think it was Tel Aviv. I'm not sure if, what part of the United States that's in, but yeah. So yeah. So the login was in Tel Aviv in December 2019, which can only mean one of two things. It can either mean that Jeffrey Epstein is still alive and playing Fortnite in Tel Aviv, or somebody hacked into his account in Tel Aviv, which either makes you fucking afraid of people in Tel Aviv, because they're either sending their spies to corrupt our government or they're hacking into your Fortnite account. I don't think either of those are good. Now, there were videos about this that went viral so much that Fortnite had to come out and make a statement. Yeah, which makes it even more fucking suspicious. It's like you've never said a damn thing about anything else and now you're getting into politics, okay? and they make a statement. They're like, actually, that's not Jeffrey Epstein who logged in. It's now somebody else's account. It's like, the fuck it is. You don't just take a dead man's fucking Fortnite account. Nobody's like, I want to be, what email? Can my screen name be J Epstein 67? Nobody fucking does that. Nobody fucking does that. So that just makes it even more suspicious. And so all we know is that somebody was for sure logging into Jeffrey Epstein's account in Israel, his Fortnite account in Israel at the end of 2019. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with Fortnite, but it's a game where you basically shoot people and like demolish buildings. So I don't even know why you need to play that in Israel when you can just do that in real life. But we don't have all the information on this yet anyways. It'll probably come out in 2 weeks, a fortnight. But that's reason number 4. We're still on reason number 4, okay? Reason number 5. 5th reason why Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Because he didn't have the personality of someone suicidal. You know what I mean? You know how like nowadays when you make a post like criticizing Israel, you have to say like, I'm not suicidal, I'm very happy. You know what I mean? Like he didn't even need to do that. You could just see in his behavior. This is a man who had no remorse for any of the evil shit he was doing, right? Like if you see the Epstein files, he did like one horrible thing after the next. You're like, oh my God, he did that? And you're like, oh my God, he did that? And at no point he was ever like, maybe I went too far. Never, never. He was just the same personality the whole fucking time. This guy had no guilt. He had no shame. This guy was possibly Satan himself. I mean, Steve Bannon said it, so that's how you know it's really bad. If Steve Bannon says you might be the devil yourself, you really need to get checked, or you don't because you're Jeffrey Epstein, you don't give a fuck, you know? And so this is a guy who showed no remorse, and people who commit suicide are people who are like afraid of the future or feeling repentance for what they did, and this was not a guy who exhibited any of those personality traits. And in fact, like he was a very confident man, and not like those are not the people we need to be confident. You know what I mean? Like if only we could take all of Jeffrey Epstein's confidence and just like share it amongst the world, like we would all be fucking heroes. But it all got trapped in fucking Satan's body for some reason. Jeffrey Epstein was so confident. Everything you need to know about Jeffrey Epstein can be summed up in this one little fact that a lot of people don't know. And this is why I think he didn't kill himself. Okay? Jeffrey Epstein went gray very early in his life, but he never used hair coloring product, not even once. That's a level of confidence that most men do not understand and will never reach at any point in their life. He did not. He never reached for the Just for Men's once in his life. He went gray like in his late teens. And this is what they say if you read the books. But yeah, he never used hair coloring product, not once. And I mean, this is a level of confidence. And like, I hate to say it, but he's also hanging out with a lot of young people, still doesn't give a fuck, leaving his hair fucking gray. Like, that shows you how disgustingly confident this man was. Never, ever colored his hair once. So you could say, and this is why I'm saying, he never died. All right. Good job, guys. Good job. Good job. You're doing good. You're doing good. All right. I'm going to do one more part on the Epstein files. Just, don't worry, it's just the worst part. Because, listen, you know, I've always said it, as a comedian, I want to talk about everything. I don't want to, you know, shy away from it. If anything, that's the only thing I really have going for me. You know, I got this math degree, whatever. You know, I got all these amazing fans who support these, you know, the same things that I support, and I love that, and I feel I feel so grateful for it. But there's a lot of great comedians out there. I really think that the only thing that makes me different, aside from math, which is not going to really take me that far, is that I am not afraid to go to the darkest of dark topics and at least try to go there. And so, but even with that, this one's fucking tough, dude. Because if you dig into the Epstein files, and I'm only on page 2, okay, I'm just trying to make it to 6, 7, but right now, it is already so dark, and there's just some things I'm like, I don't even know if I can fucking talk about that. But so one thing, Jeffrey Epstein says whoops a lot. If you search whoops, that comes up like hundreds of times. Because he said it when people were mysteriously killed. He'd be like, whoops. Yeah, which is, again, just shows you how fucking psychotic this guy is. They'd be like, so-and-so was found dead. He'd be like, whoopsie, you know. They should make a song or like a remix, like, whoops, there it is, like the Jeffrey Epstein edition. But there's this site called Jmail where you can basically be inside of Jeffrey Epstein's Gmail box. It's really creepy, but you find out these horrible things. Pizza was mentioned in the Epstein files 911 times. 911, never forget. Pizza. And spoiler alert, I don't think they were talking about pizza, okay? Now, if you may be familiar with this conspiracy, you may not, but some people allege that pizza is a reference to children, okay? Which is a fucking horrible, horrible thing, and you've actually seen this in other emails with politicians before where they use pizza in very strange ways, like, hey, you want to come over for some pizza? Wink, wink, nod, nod. You're like, I don't think they like pizza that much. And so much so, I believe it was like almost 10 years ago, there was an incident called Pizzagate, okay? Yes. Which, okay, so Pizzagate, just to explain, a bunch of emails came out. I think that it was from like Anthony Weiner's laptop, which is very telling. And they mentioned pizza a bunch of times, and so people started putting this together and be like, this is very weird. And so there's this pizza place on the East Coast that had these suspicious posts on their Instagram. So this guy went down there and he shot the place up because he believed that it was the center of a child trafficking ring. Okay, and we called it Pizzagate because we're like, this guy's a fucking crazy guy. He just went up and shot up a random pizzeria. But I think we now owe that man an apology because he may have been onto something. Because first of all, the whole Pizzagate thing, first of all, if you do look back at their Instagram page, it had some weird fucking images of kids being tied to tables. A lot of very prominent people went there, referenced it in the emails. And when he went there, he shot it up. He didn't even kill a single person, so you can't condemn him for violence because he didn't kill a single person. Not even pizza was injured in this shooting. But one thing they did say, they said he totally damaged one of their hard drives in the back. Which, what? Yeah, how fucking convenient. The police then come, they're like, hey, is everything okay? They're like, yeah, we suffered a shooting. They're like, can we search? Like, yeah, you can search everything. But he did take out the hard drive, so you can't see what we have there. But everything else, go for it. So yeah, that's fucking weird, okay? So now it resurfaces with the Epstein. Pizza's mentioned 911 times, and like, again, like, these are fucking billionaires. Do you think they're talking about pizza that much? Okay. However, there is not enough information for us to formally say that they for sure were using it as code for something. Okay. But then you search grape soda, and that comes up hundreds of times. You're like, okay, that's where I draw the fucking line. Grape soda? No fucking way. You are not talking about. These are fucking billionaires talking about. Oh, you got the grape soda? I've never seen a billionaire down a can of Welch's. Okay, it does not fucking happen. They do not drink fucking grape soda. It's just not. It's not. We know they were not drinking grape soda because number one, there was no black people on Epstein Island. Okay, let's be honest. Let's be honest. It is a cultural stereotype that happens to be true. If you see a white person drinking grape soda, that person's a pedophile. Arrest that person. Look for the purple lips. That's how you fucking know. Okay? You think that's racist? Trust me, Jeffrey Epstein was more racist, okay? And this is a horrible, horrible thing. I don't know if you know this, but Jeffrey Epstein said in his emails that he didn't want black women on the island. Yeah, well, atrociously racist, but also a saving grace for black women, right? So, yeah, you take the wins where you can, I guess, you know? So, happy Black History Month, I guess is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, you know? All right. But yes, okay, so secondly, like, nobody talks about grape soda like that. You know what I mean? Nobody's like, let's get some pizza and grape soda. Not even fucking 10-year-olds talk like that. You have these fucking adult billionaires, give me the grape soda, you know? And number three, it's like, if you're a rich person and you're an old rich person, you're not gonna, like, just drink wine at that point. What the fuck? You like, you drink, you know what I mean? Drink aged grape soda, you know what I mean? But apparently they liked it underage too. I don't know. I don't know. Yes, I don't think it was grape soda. And number four, because he was a grapist. Let's fucking be honest. So yeah. So that's grape soda. Then pizza. I won't even get in. There's a whole thing about cream cheese. I'm not gonna fucking. They'll smear me for that. So I'm not gonna fucking do this. But this is the grossest one. Okay, jerky appears hundreds of times in the Epstein files. Jerky, and it's used in such strange ways that you can't fathom that they're talking about actual beef jerky, because they're saying things like, I'm going to bring that new shipment of jerky, huh? Yeah? And there was one email where he was like, yeah, Jeffrey, he's going to go back to eating a normal diet, so no more jerky for him for the next few months. Yeah, and this was also, and this is already fucking weird, right? It's already weird. We also know there's allegations of human sacrifices on the island, suggesting that perhaps they were eating human meat, okay? And no, you guys are just all fucking conspiracy theorists. Fine. A lot of these emails were coming from his personal chef, Francis Derby, who owns a restaurant in New York City called Cannibal. What the fuck, dude? Yes. And he was on like the cooking channel, like showing his famous cannibal burger. Like, what's in it? He's like, don't worry about it. Yes. So like they've been saying it this whole fucking time to our faces, and we didn't fucking believe it. Okay. All right. Now, I know, we're in the Pacific Islands. I know there's a history of cannibalism on many islands of the Pacific, but like it's respectful. You know what I mean? Like that. It's like consensual cannibalism. You know what I mean? Like I support that. Okay. But not this jerky shit. So yeah. So like I said, like this is where I draw the line for myself, because like I said, I believe that I can talk about anything. I talk about genocide. I talk about people being killed the day they were fucking killed. I'm not saying I'm good. I'm saying I'm a horrible person. That's what I'm saying. I am aware that I'm a horrible person. But when you bring up human meat, it's tough. It's tough. It's just too hard for us to digest, and I'm not gonna go there. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Hope that was palatable, but yeah, it just shows you what an evil fucking man Jeffrey Epstein was, and that's why, I realize I have a few goals in life. I now have 2 goals in life. My 2 goals in life are to be, number 1, to be a funny comedian that makes people go, ha ha. And number 2, I want to find Jeffrey Epstein wherever the fuck he is and rip off his dick. I want to be that guy. I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna find his little bunker in Tel Aviv. He's gonna be in the middle of a game of Fortnite. I'm gonna fucking kick the controller, grab his dumb egg-shaped dick. I read that in the files. Fucking rip it off. Take it to a dehydrator and then feed it to him as jerky. Be like, bet you like that. Want to wash it down with some grape soda? Just fucking yank that dick off. That'll be his final jerky. And that's how I'm going to run for president in 2036.